Day 2 of the Sydney International, and the season is rapidly warming up. Scorching temperatures on Monday saw the lineup hot with potential, as a new name looks likely to be added to the Sydney Apia trophy. With defending champion Petra Kvitova and last year's Singapore champion Agnieszka Radwanska taking some time off ahead of Melbourne, preparation is key as the remaining draw turn their attention to court business. A player who has successfully done that this year is 4th seed Angelique Kerber. Hot off her high at the Brisbane final on Saturday, the German was back in action for her hand at taking the title. And challenging her for progression was 21-year-old Elina Svitolina. The Ukrainian is the third youngest in the top 20 and deemed a less than tricky prospect. And it was evident that the German was still in solid form from last week's appraisal.
She might have had her problems in this first half hour, but Angelique Kerber restores parity now, 3 each.
But somewhat relaxed and weary shots began to creep into Kerber's game as Svitolina's court coverage didn't go in vain. The first break of serve duly awarded to the world number 20.
Yeah, it's just the ability of Svitolina to get a ball back in play. Not an easy smash to put away from that position.
That gave a cushioning as Svitolina served for the set.
It's wild from Kerber. The pump of the fist from Elina Svitolina.
But an early break sparked up a reaction from the 27-year-old, as her consistent shot placement began to pay dividends for a 3-love lead.
Oh, that's well done, just gradually working Svitolina over more and more.
A whitewash second as the Ukrainian struggled with the scorching temperatures.
Very comfortable in the end, that second set for Angelique Kerber. Much, much better from the German. She levels up this first round, had a set apiece.
A double exchange of breaks in the third saw the Ukrainian back involved. Some deep hitting from the 21-year-old signalled her plea to close up the gap.
14-13.
But she was one break short, as last year's semi-finalist needed just the one match point. Having backed up her Brisbane form, she now faces Ekaterina Makarova for the 12th time in the second round.
From a set down, Kerber responds, finds something, digs deep, and makes round 2.
Also in the third set I was feeling better then and find my rhythm, but it was a tough match. I mean, it was really hot and I'm happy that I won it.
And the crowds were lucky enough for a second thrilling 3-setter on the Ken Rosewall Arena, this time home favourite Samantha Stosur the centrepiece. Having bowed out early in Brisbane last week, with compatriot Daria Gavrilova withdrawing today due to injury, the Australian gave the fans something to shout about as she surpassed US Open finalist Roberta Vinci. But an early loss of serve was to be her downfall, as a strongly contested first set went the Italians' way 6-4. All was not lost for the home favourite though, as the support of the crowd soon fired her up, this time the break of serve in her favour. 2 set points were needed, as Stosur clawed her way back to level it 1 apiece. The Australian now firmly in her stride, racing to a 5-2 lead, but struggled to close it out before Vinci redeemed herself for 5-all. But it was to go unnoticed as the Australian took advantage of 3 match points for a fiercely fought triumph, the third set taken 7-5. She now faces Daniela Hanchikova, confident of her record as she's beaten the Slovak the past 6 times she has played her. Meanwhile, on the blaringly hot grandstand court, another top seed, Carla SuarezNavarro went a set down, but she couldn't quite grasp the comeback against Italy's Sara Irani. With both players struggling in the sunlit court, it was Carla who would falter first, as Irani was gifted the first break.
Well, the backhand into the net from SuarezNavarro and a loose service game is pounced on by Sara Irani.
Glimpses of perfection from SuarezNavarro shone through, but it was short-lived. Irani keeping rallies short and effective.
Irani just guiding it down the line.
Just the 1 set point needed for the Italian, and the first set comfortably taken 6-3.
For the first time of asking, that's impressive from Sara Irani. She's played really well in this first set.
The second showed why Irani has beaten the Spaniard 7 times previous.
Oh, that's brutal from Irani, it really is.
The 7th seed wilting in the heat as the Italian raced away the winners and subsequent game. The trademark backhand had its glory though, but it was too late an appearance for the 7th seed.
Oh my word, what a shot from Carla SuarezNavarro.
SuarezNavarro wilting in the heat as the Italian found the gap to seal the victory 6-3, 6-3.
Yeah, she's done it at the 8th time of asking. Irani looks relieved rather than ecstatic. A match she's dominated really in truth from start to finish.
Yes, I'm really happy to win today. Carla is a really good player. We know each other very well, and today was really hot. It was not easy to stay on court, but of course I'm really happy for my match.
With Monday's action cooling down, tomorrow brings with it more fiery contenders as Brisbane finalist Angelique Kerber looks to continue last year's semi-final run against Ekaterina Makarova. And top seed Simona Halep steps on court for the first time in 2016 as she begins her campaign against Caroline Garcia for the third day at the Apia Sydney International.